a supportive husband, Wesley Matthew, a school-age daughter, Angelina, and a 2-year-old son who keeps her on her toes, Andrew. And now I invite Mrs. Priya Matthew.
Hi everybody. As she said, I'm Priya, and I'm so happy to be the MC for the evening. Thank you all for your presence with us this special day. Are you all ready for a fun-filled program ahead of us? Yes. All right. I just wanted to make sure before we start the program that if you haven't received the orange tickets that's right there, just make sure you get it, because you need that if you want to be one of the winners of the door prizes at the end. And also there are program sheets on each table if you haven't received one yet. I don't want to say too much about further proceedings. We will start with the lamp lighting ceremony. At this time, I call out the names of the committee members. All of you are here. Most of you are here, so as I call out the names, you can line up on the stage. IANANT President Alice Matthew, President-elect Jackie Michaels, Vice President Diti Matthew, Secretary Georgie Matthew, Education Coordinator Alice Renji, Membership Coordinator Edipuri Francis, Awards and Scholarships Coordinator Leela Machako, Social Programs Lead Annie Tangachan, Advisory Board Chair Anne Varghese, Advisory Board Members Eliama Idikula, Neri Abraham. Let me give you some information for those who are not familiar with lamp lighting ceremony. This is a tradition from Eastern culture. This ceremony is conducted in special family occasions, opening events and other celebrations. We had lamp lighting ceremonies in our nursing schools before we started the clinical rotations. The light in the lamp symbolizes the knowledge and divine presence, and the lamp represents victory over darkness. The flame is always facing upwards, which encourages aspiration to acquire higher knowledge and standards in life. Lamp lighting ceremony for nursing signifies that as the light illuminates its surrounding, a nurse should be a ray of hope and to the sick and needy. It's a high tradition from the friend of soldiers, well known as the lady with the lamp. And you know who that is, Florence Nightingale. In order to conduct this ceremony, I invite our chief guest, Dr. Solomon Kurula, up on the stage, and Mrs. Edipuri Francis also will assist her in lighting the lamp. Let's all give a round of applause. Now is the time for a speech by our chief guest, Dr. Solomon Kurula, so you could please come back. Dr. Solomon has been in the nursing profession for the past 20 years. After coming to this land in 1992, she became an acute care nurse practitioner and also pursued a PhD in biblical counseling. She does her service with much passion and commitment, and she believes that with humility comes wisdom. Now it's my pleasure to invite Dr. Solomon to speak to us a few words.
Thank you, Priya, for that wonderful introduction. And good evening, everyone. I bring you all greetings from Naina. Mrs. Alice Matthew, President of Indian Nurse Association of North Texas, the distinguished guest of honor, Mr. Bernstein, the leadership team. We are all standing here today, and I'm very glad to be with you all as we are celebrating the National Nurses Day, standing in the shadow of the great lady, the great woman, the lady with the lamp, Florence Nightingale. It's truly an honor and privilege to serve as the president of NAINA, the profession that has been so good to me, and I'm privileged to give it back to the profession. I believe I'm standing in front of one of the finest, most remarkable.
You're becoming a member of one, you're becoming automatically a member of more than 2 or 3 other organizations, which is good to know. Now I ask Ms. Anne Burgess, the awards coordinator for our national organization NAINA, and she's also the advisory board chair for IANANT, which is the local chapter, to be ready on the stage for the kickoff NAINA conference. Yeah, you need to come back. I'm sorry, I should have told you to stay back here.
I don't think I need to say a lot about this anymore because Dr. Solwell has explained all that to you. But I have one thing to say is that nurses have been migrating in this country since the 60s, and we have always been a backstage performer. None of the nurses, or most of the nurses, don't want to be recognized. They don't want to be doing anything, but they do a great job taking care of the patients. But what else do they do for themselves and the community? Not much. Because they're satisfied with that. I think it is time that we look the other way and see that that is not enough. We can enjoy ourselves. We can get the people together, have some company, congregation, whatever you want to call it. Let us go to New York this time. The last 3 times, once it was in Houston, and the first conference was in Chicago. We had great gathering there. Was 300 or 400 people, nurses from all over the United States came over there. Now, some of you may think that it is okay, well, just too much money or whatever it is. But come on, we are nurses. We have done a lot for our community, our family. All these years we thought about, okay, we need to support our families and stuff. Yes, we still can do that, but I think we can afford it too. And I have to say that I am one that have already registered for this conference, and I encourage all of you, at least half of our association here, of the people who sit here. Yes, we can take 2 days or 3 days out of your busy day, and my boss is sitting here.
BANQUET സംഘടിപ്പിച്ചു. നാഷണൽ നഴ്സസ് അസോസിയേഷൻ പ്രസിഡന്റ് ഡോക്ടർ സോളിമോൾ കുരുവിള ഉദ്ഘാടനം ചെയ്തു.
It's truly an honor and privilege to serve as the president of NAINA, the profession that has been so good to me, and I'm privileged to give it back to the profession.
ഡോക്ടർ ജിജി മാത്യു, ജാക്ലിൻ മൈക്കിൾ എന്നിവർ സംസാരിച്ചു. പ്രിയ മാത്യു ആയിരുന്നു അവതാരക. വിവിധ കലാപരിപാടികളും അരങ്ങേറി.